Hey guys, Beast Force here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. I've been doing the breakdown since 2021, breaking down through season 1, season 2, and season 3, with a round of all the seasons, including the specials, the 21-minute episodes, and many sneak peeks that go along the way. Today we finally got the big event, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. Let's go through the timelines where the movie was actually in production before it came out. The first instance of the movie being announced back in January 2010 with a Daily Telegraph interview with Jeff Swampy Marsh. On April the 25th, 2010, voice actors recorded their dialogue for the Phineas and Ferb Disney Channel movie This Week. In San Diego Comic Con in 2010, storyboard included the specials, including the opening song Everything's Better Than Perry was shown there. A new teaser trailer for this film was actually in the Social Pretense DVD, and I have a footage of it.
Platypus. He doesn't do much.
Secret agent!
You're a secret agent?
Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. Coming summer 2011, only on Disney Channel and Disney X.
And also, concept art and storyboard images were shown in the Disney Channel Asia sneak peek in 2011. Also, the first trailer was released on June the 7th, which was revealed in the official release date of August the 5th.
Only one secret agent. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension.
4 of you in this room.
5 counting Harry.
Resistance.
Let's go!
Yes, sir.
To defend the tri-state area. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. There's Friday, August 5th at 8, 7 Central on Disney Channel.
And they didn't have to wait that long, and the movie is still hold up to this day, even back in 2011. And there were a lot of hype of this movie: video games, comic cons, graphic novels, soundtrack albums, and many more that comes into fruition about the movie building up to it. It's been 14 years since this movie came out, and it's still the most talked about, with the memes, the jokes, the gags, the action, and a lot of stuff with the serious tone of it. If this is your first breakdown and you're curious to know how the rating system works, there's a detailed description down below along with my other videos that also have the link down in the description on my playlist. Co-creators Jeff Swampy Marsh and Dan Power, along with the other writer John Barry, wrote this movie called Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, premiered on August the 5th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. As Phineas and Ferb celebrate the 5th anniversary of having Perry the Platypus together while they build an invention, Perry the Platypus disappeared to stop Dr. Doofus from using the other dimension later to travel around another dimension, with Phineas and Ferb helping him. They discovered that the second dimension of Dr. Doofus, who has been taking over the tri-state era in his dimension. Perry the Platypus reveals himself to be a secret agent in front of Phineas and Ferb, and they need to escape from the second dimension to go back to their home, but the remote is busted, while Phineas and Ferb found their second dimension of themselves and found out about what happened in the second dimension. When I first saw this, I was super hyped. You get to see something builds up to where it leads to in the second dimension, and it's gonna be a blast. You can see the Norm boss actually captures Phineas and Ferb, Candace, Perry, and Doofus after they were in the train chase, but we'll get there once we get to it. So it starts in the middle, just like many movies. Now we get to see Phineas and Ferb are changed up in the second dimension while being in Doofus D2's prisoner. And there's that giant Norm right there, and also the Candace from the second dimension is behind it when we're going to see it. It's gruesome from a stick, and also known for being in the playable boss fight in the second dimension video game.
I'm having a hard time putting a positive spin on this. You've been fed to a monster the size of a 2-car garage.
I love we're going to talk about the aesthetic, the backgrounds, the buildings, the animation. Even though there's a ton of animation there, I will call it out eventually, but see, front face Phineas.
Out so well this morning.
Now we're going back to where it all began this morning, as it's going to be a movie about the second dimension, how they got there. This shows that a movie can put a lot of effort with the shadow. Look at that. You never see this in season 1 and season 2, season 3. Maybe at times, but in other certain areas of that. But you never see it. I really love how the shadows covering the house while the sunset at the back. This looks so neat. It's only for just this movie. The other movies I can think about that has a great detail as that was Ben 10, Kim Possible, Soul the Drama, and other movies that put a lot of effort into the animation, and that's great. And this is one of them. And there's the title of the movie, The Second Dimension. And you get to see the character of Phineas and Ferb while they're covered in shadow with the bed around it. That is very cool. I really like how they put a lot of effort. And it starts at 7 a.m. As you can see outside of the window, I really like how the light reflects on it. It looks so good. And you get to see the layout of the room right there, which is built for the movie. And the first song in the movie is called Everything's Better with Perry. And it shows that how much things is better with Perry. And it's sung by none other than Robbie Wyckoff, who does a lot of songs in Phineas and Ferb. And this was also voted #1 in Phineas and Ferb Musical Kings the Countdown, hosted by Kelly Osbourne in season 4, which episode had a lot of backfire. But overall, it's actually a fantastic song, not gonna lie. If there's any way to start off this song, it's Everything's Better with Perry, which is great. As Phineas holding Perry, I really love these 360 shots. Just like Doofenshmirtz when they're both fighting, and also Phineas holding Perry, which is similar to the Lion King. Ornithorhynchus has been mentioned again since Doofenshmirtz, which I did in my breakdown of the final stretch if you could look for it. Now we've got a full explanation how Phineas put his shirt on, despite being a triangle face, as he puts it on there, as Perry the Platypus put the stripes in there to add the final touch. We finally got an answer, but you can find it on Dan Polarized TikTok. And we got Ferb putting his as well. I wish I could play the full song, but it's copyright, so I can't do it, but it is. And also the song has some reference to Jackson 5-0, which is a homage to it. Phineas and Ferb doing a platypus chatter impression since the interview with the platypus in season 2. We did have many episodes where Phineas and Ferb had spent time with Perry the platypus, but mostly they don't most of the time because he's a secret agent. I remember one of them being Perry the octopus, another thing you can find in my breakdowns.
Happy anniversary, Perry.
Can't believe it's been 5 years.
5 years, so that means if Phineas is still 9, he'll probably be 4. But if it takes place after the clip of Runner, he'll probably be 5, around 4 or 5, which makes sense. Alka, Animal Rescue Center. Okay, Rise, I see what you did there. And we're getting a lot of Phineas and Ferb, how they found Perry and how they keep him. And look at the other agents, Agent D, in the future, C, Cat, Squirrel, and a lot of that. They look very young.
This one's looking at you.
If I saw a cat just looking at me, I'll be buying this shit.
At you, Ferb.
Why won't anything look at me?
Oh yeah, there was a video of Phineas and Ferb the censorship when he's like, Candace say, why would everything F me? You can find it. And Dan Power did the reaction video of it. And we see a baby Perry the Platypus again. The last time we saw that was in, oh, there you are, Perry, in season 2, where Phineas plays music and Perry did the chattering sound.
I could do for you? You'd like to adopt a platypus.
Hey, it's the same lady from Ice Cream You, but it turned out to be Carl in disguise as he used it before.
And by rookie, I mean Carl.
Sorry, my bad.
You. Bartholomew.
And we got an origin, as Perry the Platypus' original name is Bartholomew, but it wouldn't make any sense. But I'm glad they changed that. Imagine Doofenshmirtz said, curse you, Bartholomew the Platypus. That wouldn't make sense, but I'm glad they changed it.
Home, we renamed you Perry. Look how young we all were.
Oh, look at the locket of Phineas and Ferb and young Perry the Platypus. And it does come in handy when the Normbots invade the tri-state area. And that locket was seen again in Alcatraz while Doofenshmirtz threw it in the toilet.
Out. Oh, you look so young. Where do you think you're going?
Too, but my dad's taking me to check out his old college.
Oh, Polecats!
Be with an academic advisor.
Very relatable, Jerry. When I went to college, I had to do a lot of interviews going to places, and it's very exhausting. You had to wait in line just to do an interview to apply a lot of things in college. I would love a scene one day where Candace and Jerry go to college together, or maybe, perhaps.
Whole year older than me.
I know Jeremy is actually older than Candace, so could Cheers for Fears take place before this episode or after this episode? There are some questionable things like they're dancing together in the new year, but which hasn't happened yet, which is kind of plays up to the continuity being confusing. But yeah, Jerry's actually 17 in the revival, while Candace is 16.
Oh, Jeremy.
Unless you're a professional, but you don't have to wear a suit or patches around your elbows to go to college.
See, I can mature. Oh, Mr. Miggins, have you been there the whole time?
As Candace facing in a different direction of the mirror, you get to see the back as of her hair and Mr. Miggins in the front, which is absolute very good detail to it. Perry the Platypus using the ball as Phineas used the bat to use it for a home run, which foreshadows what's going to happen towards the end. Phineas playing baseball, which is actually a callback to the Chronicles of Meep.
And the crowd goes wild.
Of course, Ferb has it. This is also a callback, and comes good and handy.
Fletcher snags the pop fly.
What you do?
Whoa, mama.
Isabella can be very useful when it comes to animals, as we see.
Platypus theme spot.
Had 2 Perrys.
Well, Phineas, Doofus has already beaten you to it. He didn't create 2, he created dozens of clones of them.
I know what we're gonna do today.
And they build 2 platypuses, as they're gonna use that to do something about it, which when we get there.
Hey, where's Perry? On his anniversary? Every single cool thing we've done all summer long.
Just waiting to get Perry the octopus, but you're right. Perry the Platypus have missed a lot of things that Phineas and Ferb did this summer because he had to spend time doing his agency to battle Doofus, but you can't really blame him. I wish Perry the Platypus got a day off, as I'd already talked about in my previous breakdowns, but overall. Nice love from Perry to make sure he goes in the entrance. After the Normbots being invaded, Isabel questioned about how is he a secret agent, but she doesn't give a F about her chihuahua, which is a shame, but the Dimension 2 does, but when we get to there. I like how you can see different entries of animals trying to get it. There's Peter the panda too.
Some close calls and your host family's almost got you sticking into your lair several times.
Almost. Remember in the episode Ready for the Bettys, Phineas and Ferb found a lair, and also Lawrence too, before his memory got erased.
And if your cover is blown, transfer to another city with another host family.
Dream episode or whatever, Phineas and Ferb busted Agent P's cover's been blown and he had to be relocated.
My cereal!
Agent P, your cover's been blown. We're going to have to relocate.
Agent assignment complete.
And we all know that Carl goes to college, so this takes place 5 years, so he'll probably be a kid by then.
You'll make unpaid intern in no time.
And he does until season 5 where he explained about everything. And Major Monogram looks different here with the black hair and the mustache.
Replication device, just like the one in your hat.
As you can see the screen Doofer untied with his pants, which is a strange sentence, which is a meme, and that was used in Candace Gets Busted. Thanks to Wikipedia, I could put the list of innators that has it on the screen, but I don't want to repeat myself because I'll get too exhausted. And the 2 look at the innators, Jeff Swampy Marsh and Dan Provermeyer.
An alternate dimension-related innator you might find useful.
I really like how Major Monogram and Carl prepare for a lot of equipment that Perry's going to use. Not all of it, but we've seen many. Why couldn't Perry the Platypus do that for many episodes? Not every episode, but many.
It
Pull a powerful directional electromagnet.
a metal object to you. See?
And we get to see Carl without his glasses. The next time we see him out of glasses was at the Chupacabra episode in season 4.
Device, you'll be able to contact me.
Don't call between 3:30 and 4 because that's when I take a shower.
This also comes in handy too once in the beginning of Act 3 where the Normbots and Doofus D2 just doesn't want to look at it as Major Monogram's having a shower.
Me?
Oh no! I better shut it off.
Actually, more like drinking a slushy. If you drink too much of it, you're going to have a brain freeze. And that's going to sting your brain at times. And it becomes handy once Perry the Platypus use it.
Jeremy's going to college soon, and here I am concerned with busting my brothers.
It's true, some days you do need to bust your brothers. It is like a mini art of Candace to show she does need to grow up, but she doesn't yet once we get to there. But overall, watch her get her own movie sent to her will be in 2020.
See? Hi, I'm 6!
Your father and I are off to the movie.
And that is a great way to write them out. Yes, they do appear in the movie when the Normbots started to invade, which is a good idea to keep Phineas and Ferb not being busted.
You can just bust them yourself.
I'm old enough to bust them myself!
Well, when you're gonna have kids and they build an invention of a bumper car, you don't do anything. This shot of Doofer either incorporated, this was reused since season 1. Well, in Candace Against the Universe, Doofer even incorporated, it looks different compared to this.
Setting up the buffet.
Just like in Nerdy Dancing when you make potato salad.
Yeah, Norm, don't interrupt Dad when he's playing with his doll.
This is one of the deleted scenes in Phineas and Ferb Second Dimension. It was cut due to time construction or like airing of the commercial break for right reasons. Just like I mentioned earlier in the intro, I am watching the edited version, like the deleted version in the Internet Archives. Now I'm watching it in my breakdown to see where it was deleted.
Stand in.
You're not normal, Dad.
And that's the only time we've seen Vanessa, but you don't need Vanessa in this movie. But she does get more attention in the second movie. It's mostly focused around Perry the Platypus and Phineas and Ferb and Doofenshmirtz.
I took it as a compliment.
I'm out of here.
29, 28.
The royals are a member of parliament, so
What Carl is holding, Perry the Platypus doesn't use it, as he's not getting attacked by Parliament.
rocket car. Sweet, huh?
Well, his rocket car is going to get absolutely tore up. He should have used the normal car, just like in season 1 and season 2.
Accelerator is a little touchy.
Perry the Platypus' rocket car actually crashes Phineas and Ferb, which actually led to one of the best things that ever happened in this movie, meeting Dr. Doofenshmirtz for the first time on screen. And if Perry the Platypus actually beaten there and Phineas and Ferb wouldn't actually got there.
Where'd it go? No, it was here just a moment ago. A mysterious force always takes away Phineas and Ferb's inventions before Mom shows up.
The mysterious force was indirectly directed in Phineas and Ferb Get Busted, which was a dream episode, and Candace gets busted in the end of season 2. But this is the first episode we get a mention of the mysterious force, as it does get a lot of mention during the revival of season 5.
I showed up. Let me explain, though it might seem strange.
The song is called Mysterious Force, as it was cut from the final version of the Second Dimension to save time-serving purposes, which is understandable. But for the fans of the show and the fan that have been for a long time, I think this should never have been cut. It's understandable, but it's just like, when I hear this song over and over again, it's like, oh, why did they have to delete that? Same thing with Universe Against Me, even though it came out in 2020, and it's understandable for time purposes, but yeah, the two songs that should never been cut, in my opinion. But I'll do a poll in the future to see which song of the cut version is better. That was the same spinning things in Phineas and Ferb Busters, and it wasn't used in this section. Grease Lightning, the Chariots of season 1. The only thing that bothers me about this part that Candace was riding in chariots, not with Mom. And Linda looks up, but again, she doesn't know. She is very oblivious, but she wasn't in this episode in Robot Doll, was it, when Candy? Oh yeah, that was in Hip Hip Parade, but Candace only hands with Linda in towards the end when she tried to bust her brothers, but this makes no sense. And this is actually the last time Stacy actually sings in the original run, but she does sing in Us Against the Universe, which is the second movie.
A woman of science.
I love Universe Against Me and Mysterious Force, but this song is way better in my opinion. It's just that, what do you think? Let me know.
Launch them towards the park.
Oh yeah, they don't know they landed on Doofenshmirtz's apartment.
I need to go potty first.
Oh, Stacy, you are one of a kind.
Looks like we're gonna hit that building that looks vaguely like your head.
And that is pretty true. It's not a diss, it's like making a compliment about something. I really like how you can see the building going closer in Phineas and Ferb's perspective. And the reason why it's not working because you have a self-destruct button, and Phineas and Ferb will be there to help it.
Finished it. It can't be broken already. Shuttlecock.
We're really sorry, sir.
It hasn't been over 20 minutes and we're getting new things like how Phineas and Ferb met Perry the Platypus for the first time, the relocate, even though it's new. We like to see it, the mysterious for, and now Phineas and Ferb meeting Doofenshmirtz for the first time on screen.
In a badminton platypus, east side to your deluxe apartment in the sky.
Which you collided with Perry the Platypus' rocket ship at the same time.
Dimensionator? What does it do?
Giant shuttlecocks, apparently, but other dimension.
Which is actually a movie of the title, The Second Dimension, which we're going to see.
I'm Phineas and this is my brother Ferb.
I like how Phineas and Ferb introducing themselves to Dr. Doofenshmirtz like that.
Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. And such a funk.
Well, one of you call you slouchy, and one of you call you a pharmacist.
There's a whole buffet set up here, please. Someone who seems to be running late.
Well, Phineas and Ferb do find out eventually, but imagine he said the Perry the Platypus instead of like that. It will be like, wow.
A winch. Lots of guys don't have that.
Attaches the auxiliary generator. Was this working before?
Functioning properly.
Functioning properly, and that won't be the last time when he helps D2 of his counterpart for that thing again.
Everything's wired through this self-destruct button.
A minute. No, I do not need that.
Just like I said in my previous breakdown, Doofenshmirtz could be the smartest or the dumbest. The recent time that you didn't have a self-destruct was it when you went out of space in, was it the Maze episode, and Perry the Platypus still stopped you.
From the portal, we can open another one.
Until it becomes broken, as we see in the evidence, whilst they're going to find their other counterparts to fix it. I really like how Perry the Platypus especially is like, I'm ready to fight you, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and he realized Phineas and Ferb is there. Oh shit, I have to do something.
Wait.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
That was a close call. And another new thing is, Phineas and Ferb are going to introduce to Dr. Doofenshmirtz about Perry the Platypus, which he knew, but he doesn't know that he's not a secret agent and he's not wearing a hat. And it's been stopped since season 1.
Every platypus named Bear?
In a perfect world, yes.
Well, to put it that way, that makes a lot of sense.
Not quite the elderly.
This is where Perry the Platypus' behavior noticed by Phineas and Ferb, as he really wants to try and stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but in this sense, I don't really blame him because he doesn't want his cover being blown.
Mention it. Not tug of war. This is not tug of war.
And you can't really blame Perry the Platypus for doing that. He really trying to stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz from going the other dimension later, as he's gonna do something about it.
Remember, your cover's blown. You'll never see the boys again.
Does anyone hear someone talking?
And that joke was used again in Save Summer, where people think that someone is speaking. It turned out to be Monty Monogram.
What was that?
Maybe the building's settling.
Again.
On the sofa.
This is the most funniest part to me. Perry the Platypus peeing on Doofenshmirtz's couch. Let that sink in.
I was planning on replacing this old couch anyway.
As Phineas put the thing, you get to see Les's dots is starting to light up as it goes boop, boop, boop. Good stuff, good stuff. Look at this frame. Ferb holding Perry while Doofenshmirtz holding Phineas just like that. This is one of the most powerful frames in Phineas and Ferb. And I remember on Twitter, this is very viral. As the other dimension power, as you can see Doofenshmirtz closer on screen with their hair flicking around with Phineas and Ferb as their eyes coming closer like that. This is a big dramatic effect for a movie like this, as well as Perry the Platypus being worried. Very anticlimactic, but whatever.
It's a bit anticlimactic.
That's what I said earlier, Doofenshmirtz. Am I Doofenshmirtz right now?
Swap my couch for that one.
I would be having muscle problems if I pulled the couch myself.
Come on, you want to give me a hand?
Check it out.
Phineas and Ferb are going in to see the second dimension, and not surprised, it is very cool. And there's Major Monogram, and his boss now is Doofenshmirtz D2, as he lost all his animals agents because of Doofenshmirtz and Charlie.
Hold that thought.
Also, this is the alternate universe where Doofenshmirtz D2 actually rule the tri-state area, and he became one of the supreme leaders of that. The second dimension design in the movie, in the background buildings and all of the texture of the aesthetic looks wonderful. Look at that. The Doofenshmirtz train, the fire with the green fire, that, and Doof sign. This looks well done.
Yeah! Heinz Doofenshmirtz, your leader!
He's like, oh fuck, I'm in the alternate universe where Doofenshmirtz D2 actually took over the tri-state area. I really like how the background looks normal, as it's not blue, it's like a different colour palette. I really like Doofenshmirtz's layer, as you can see extra layers of the apartment there. Look at the buildings and all of that stuff. This is made for the movie, it looks spectacular. It has everything in it.
Test? Is that really you?
Francis Monogram's my slave in this dimension.
Your executive assistant.
Not just he lost his animal ages, he's now assistant of Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
You're from another dimension?
As the book, you can see a Doofenshmirtz layer on it. That is very cool. Look at the backgrounds of Doofus' apartment and it said D with the statues. It looks very well laid out. It's the nose and the gun for gold cheeses. As you can see a Doofus, I like how it opens like that. It looks so good.
Who's interrupting my...
And now we got our first introduction of the second dimension Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and he is much more ruthless compared to the main counterpart, as the main counterpart loved as he has his own vision, wants to take over the tri-state area, but failed. But this version took over the tri-state area, turned the Alka agents into cyborgs and all of that stuff as his slave. This man is very ruthless, and D2 is really evil. I like how they're comparing each other, as D2 has a beard, as he has an eye patch as well.
Do I know you from another dimension? Gotcha, big guy.
Even Dimension 2 Dr. Doofus doesn't know what's going on, as Doofus isn't actually explaining to himself or who he is, as he is a scientist.
Some rice pudding.
Another song is called Brand New Best Friend, which is actually when Doofus D1 and D2 singing about this song, and this was voted as the fourth most of Phineas and Ferb musical kicks the countdown by Kelly Osbourne. And this song has a tons of reference once you're gonna see it. Every time I think about this song, it's about Sonic 3 with Eggman and the other villain doing this together. Nice to see Almond Brittle getting mentioned, as it does become a part of many episodes. That's Doofus' fear, is the bending machines, but once we get to Cheers for Fears, it all becomes true. I really like how you can see tons of reference of the song, like John Lennon, the Blue Brothers, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, and plenty more. And that's also a callback to Shea Platypus.
Did you say you like tall men?
You're not very tall at all.
6'2", I slouch. In this pout over your eye patch. Nothing.
And he has been having that eye patch since he was a kid, once we get to that flashback.
Llamas.
It's not just Phineas and Ferb mention about llamas, it's actually the second dimension as well as Milo Murphy lore. Llama, llama, llama. They're showing that Lozano Lamas plays meat, which breaks the fourth wall. And there are more references, including their version of Phineas and Ferb, Laura and Hardy, and also a lot of things there, Lewis and Clark, and the Lone Ranger.
Got you Friday. Are we doing a TV show together?
D2 thinks that D1 is doing a reality TV show on Fridays of a double Doofus. I would watch that.
Maybe we're not so much alike.
A lot of reference, the animation was done very well with the song. Very well done of choreography.
What do you think, Perry?
As Perry hesitates, as he is in pet form, knowing that Doofus is evil. He's like, there's nothing I can do. I have to not blow my cover.
It's Dr. D.
Phineas calls Dr. Doofus Dr. D, but in the 1914 version, he calls him Doofus, but that was his counterpart. But when we get to the Milo Murphy Phineas and Ferb crossover, he said Vanessa's dad.
Ruler of your tri-state area.
Nemesis Perry the Platypus.
As Perry the Platypus makes an entrance, I really like how the smoke builds up, as you can see the silhouette of it, as you get to see his stance first instead of his normal feet, as it turned out to be Perry the Platypus as a cyborg, which is the second dimension, as he looks so incredibly such a badass. I love this version, it looks so cool.
The Platypus, general of my...
Wow, you are good.
So as the other animal agents in the second dimension you turned in, but it will be another time. But yeah, Perry, the first animal agent we get to see in this dimension is Perry the Platypus turned into a cyborg, as Doofus D2 is actually very smart as he defeated him.
Dad, did you outlaw Tony Marzullo?
Another deleted scene, but this time we see Vanessa D2 as she's just like her father and her mother, as they do bond together towards the end when we get to Tales of the Resistance. But she mentioned about Tony Marzullo as he was banished, but we do get to see him in Tales of the Resistance in season 4.
Keep banishing every boy who shows an interest in
Other dimension.
to moms, and I'm taking the blimp.
The reason why Vanessa D2 doesn't have a social life is because of his father, Dr. D2 Doofus, who banished every boy very similar to how we see things. At least Vanessa isn't Azula. Remember when Azula was mostly used as a tool for war in Avatar The Last Airbender, and she tried to use a social life, but it turns out that it wasn't the case.
That was awesome!
And it's cool. They're with me.
Main Doctor Doofenshmirtz is not truly evil. He is evil, but not in my opinion. I really like he's not trying to manipulate Phineas and Ferb to do something bad or something betrayal of that.
Bring a secret agent in here. And quiet one?
This plant?
Even though D1 is getting well with D2, it's just like he's still clueless about Perry the Platypus in pet mode while not wearing a secret hat.
Secret agent Perry the Platypus.
He's just a platypus. He doesn't do much.
Even though it's not breaking the fourth wall, I like how Phineas reminds them that he's a platypus. He doesn't do much since the first episode.
He's using you. You're just his cover.
I like how he stepped Doofenshmirtz D2's feet, just like my cat always lands in my feet.
Perry! What was that for?
Perry the Platypus hits Perry the Platypus' main dimension without hesitation. Dr. Doofenshmirtz D2 is a cool bastard.
Do the same thing to those two boys.
He does not care if Phineas and Ferb actually gets help. D2 Doofenshmirtz is a cruel man. He rules the tri-state area, has Alka agents in his paw, and Perry the Platypus. Now he's trying to hurt these two boys. And the good thing about this is, this reveals that in front of Phineas and Ferb, Perry the Platypus is a secret agent. And once we get to that scene, here it comes.
Perry?
How does the platypus fight so good?
When I first saw Perry the Platypus reveals him as a secret agent towards Phineas and Ferb, that just mind blows me. This is like, wow. And the perfect way to do this is in the movie, and I'm glad they did that. If they did that in the normal episode, I understand, but it wouldn't make any sense. But this does, and it mind blows the F out of me. And this is where the movie continues to show something new. But Phineas and Ferb meeting Perry the Platypus for the first time, and a lot of stuff. And this actually plays more things. We even in an hour in this episode, and this movie's starting to take a turn for the best. And there's gonna be more of it. And Phineas is gonna crash out once we get to that scene.
Perry the Platypus.
Perry?
And Phineas is stunned as well. He just like, I cannot believe he's a secret agent. As second dimension Doofenshmirtz tells him to get that, you get to see the color palette shades as it's gone from a normal color to red.
You're a secret agent? So this is where you disappear to every day? You come here and fight this?
I really know this guy.
But a pharmacist? Why would you even do that?
And Phineas's disbelief that his owner, Agent P, is a secret agent. He's like, wow, this is actually mad. Phineas is angry about it, and I don't really blame him, even though I'm siding with Perry the Platypus. He has to do his thing to protect these owners, Phineas and Ferb. But Phineas is having a crash out right now because Perry is a secret agent, and I don't really blame him. Justified crash out.
You're evil? He's evil?
So not only have you been leading a double life this whole time,
And let us help an evil scientist to an evil dimension.
As the gnome boss actually goes closer to Phineas and Ferb and Perry the Platypus, Phineas is just crashing out. He's just like, he's very angry right now to see his owner becoming a secret agent and Doofenshmirtz being evil as he fights a pharmacist. There were a lot of new figures like, wow.
He did pee on the couch.
The conscious choice. You peed on my couch.
Look at Perry Faye. He's like, I have to do something to stop you, right?
Wasn't enough. That's when you should have put on your little hat.
Oh, brain freeze.
Imagine Perry the Platypus didn't have these gadgets. They would have been fucked. But luckily, Carl made them prepare for whatever he comes through. You can hear Ferb screaming, but not kind of scream that Phineas did.
So you discovered your pet is a secret agent. Now watch your pants.
And Phineas threw the panther away, and it's understandable because he's just angry right now. But in the perspective of things, he should never have thrown the panther away. Look at Stacy in Happy Birthday Isabel. She didn't throw the panther away. She understands that Agent P is a secret agent, and they keep it as a secret together, which led to one of the best partnerships in Phineas and Ferb. But Phineas is not having it right now. He's just like, wow, Perry the Platypus is really lying to him. Perry the cyborg can fly.
Around. You have got to be kidding me.
Phineas said, you gotta be kidding me. But in the animated version, Dan Provera said, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
And I know it wasn't allowed because it's swearers and it's a kid show, understandable, but yeah, Dan Power does swear a couple of times.
Wow, that is some cold sh.
Get out of this in spy school.
And Phineas knows that Perry the Platypus in the spy school, but not really. But maybe he works in the old WCA. As Perry the Platypus prepares to fight Perry the Platypus, the main dimension, you get to see his wings unwrap. As the last frame, it actually fades out.
There's a logo on his parachute. He's got his own logo.
And Phineas acknowledged that Perry the Platypus has a logo, even though he's not seeing it. But he is seeing really disbelief right now. Main dimension Perry the Platypus punch him, but he is not phased of Perry the Platypus. And he's got his own spinning axe.
He's a platypus. He doesn't do much.
And we've been hearing that quote since the first episode. Platypus don't do much apart from swimming underwater, but we've seen it as Perry the Platypus as do much, and he's a secret agent too. Phineas and Ferb and Perry are saved by unconventional architect. As you can see, it looks so good. I really like how they spin it into a lot of things. As the Norbot goes closer, you get to see Phineas and Ferb and Perry covered in the shadow. Very good detail.
Show me your papers or be destroyed.
And the Normbots change into a battle mode of perspective as you get to see it. As it looks CGI, which it is, as you can see the undercarriage of it. And also the Normbots is based around Jack Spicer's robot in Charlotte's Showdown, which I recognise. And he is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. Perry the Platypus could have just took off the parachute earlier and just fly down there, but that works too. Lucky not to be crushed by a robot, but crushed by a vehicle or a train. Man, Perry the Platypus has been defeated for now.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
And that won't be the last time you said the word Jinx, as it's going to torment Dr. Doofenshmirtz D2 as he's going to send him to the dungeon.
I'm a Georgia O'Keeffe painting.
Never mind, I'm good.
You're a secret agent? And you've been living with us this whole time? Were we just a cover story to you? They are pet or part of our family?
Was he really part of a cover story for Phineas and Ferb? To me, not really. I know Phineas and Ferb is crashing out because of this and he's a secret agent, but that kind of goes too far. And for Finn Perry to sweat to, I think his weakness is guilt. When he feels guilt, he's like, he feels himself like something goes wrong and he feels to blame, but nothing else then matters. He does become a secret agent to stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz to try and take over the tri-state area, which is his job, but you don't really blame him, as Phineas is just not having it right now, as he's still explaining a lot of things what he's going through.
Around here living a bizarre double life? Put your hand down, Ferb.
Well, in season 5, more than an intern, Ferb is actually a food critic, as he does have a double life. Every time I see Perry the Platypus with his face with guilt, I just feel distraught for him. Look at him. He's just trying to protect them, and he's getting shot out by Phineas just like that.
Agent. He's a secret agent.
Imagine their remote is working and they go back to their dimension and Doofenshmirtz and D2 will be stranded right there. But actually, they would have found a way to get out of here. So, again, it's a no win-win situation. They gotta find another solution.
Now this thing's broken. Let's go find us.
And that's another great plot that moves it forward, as they're gonna find their doppelganger from the second dimension. Plots just continues to build up and gets interesting.
Been cleaning your own litter box this whole time.
I don't blame Phineas for being angry as is earlier, but that's kind of drilling it too far. I know he hasn't been cleaning his litter box, but come on, man.
What do you see here? An ordinary platypus?
Second dimension Doofenshmirtz pointing about Perry the Platypus being an ordinary platypus, as he is a secret agent. Doofenshmirtz has been dumb since season 1, but I really love the lighting of that as it shows it to give a different color variety.
Perry the platypus!
Haven't to become a ruler in your dimension.
Say what you want about second dimension Doofenshmirtz, but he actually gets the job done, even though he's really evil. But I like the first dimension Doofenshmirtz, even though he is dumb and silly, but he is very smart. He could have been ruining the tri-state area every time if it wasn't for Perry the Platypus and letting off the hook while with traps and stuff, or his ridiculous poor planning skills.
Just an army of big scary robots. Time.
I know this is repeated animation, but this is done very well as it becomes useful with the robots replacing the head. And he didn't need the self-destruct button to do it.
I could reach them and march.
Doofenshmirtz can be the smartest or the dumb, but he is a genius after all.
Evil is born through pain and loss.
He even wear a patch when he was a kid, which actually is pretty strange to me, which is actually pretty funnier. And also he doesn't have that scar in his eye. And it's about that story of how he took over the tri-state area. It's because he lost that choo-choo train. And that's it.
One day I lost it. Choo-choo.
And there is Doof written all over it, and there's Balloony right here. What happened to his brother Roger in the second dimension? I know he doesn't become mayor, but what happened?
That's your emotionally scarring backstory?
Disowned by my parents and raised by Central American wildcat.
Oh no, I was supposed to wear panty-up girls' clothing. Neither of my parents showed up for my birth.
Doofenshmirtz D2's flashback is ridiculous for losing the toy train, and he actually becomes evil because of it as he rules the tri-state era. But Doofenshmirtz, the main dimension, had to go through scar backstory in his whole life, and he still haven't took over the tri-state era. But his crash out is valid because he had more problems in his life than the Dimension 2 Doofenshmirtz. It's like, this makes no sense, but the writers know.
Lost that toy train? Well, maybe if you had, you'd have done better. Over there and give it a shot myself.
He's gonna open the portal, go to the main dimension, and rule 2 tri-state era. That is truly evil from Doofenshmirtz. He knows what he's doing.
It can be a team. Team.
Sarcasm? No.
Sure, that's my voice when I'm being sarcastic.
And that is pretty true. He is being sarcastic to Doofenshmirtz D1 as he's going to betray him later in the act, but once we get to there. Act 1 is done, now we're moving to Act 2.
Where are Phineas and Ferb? Went to get some victory gum.
Victory gum.
And that's a callback to Tough Gum in Season 2 of Suddenly Susie.
It's tough gum.
You see, the mysterious force took the platypult away before.
Even though after this movie, she's still believing the mysterious force, even in the revival.
Logical explanation for all of.
Thank you, Stacy. She speaks more common sense.
Who's laughing now, Wayne?
It's that same guy from earlier with Perry the Platypus.
Why does it care so much about my little brother?
Greeting cards. They came with the gum.
Extra Stenner's training car. Cars come with the gum. Another gum, God.
Candace, it's a force that you made up.
Of the mysterious force.
And she's gonna build the shrine of the mysterious force, which is actually gonna be hilarious. The mysterious force is not a real thing. It's like it built up to a rumor, which we come through season 5, as it continues to believe that she thinks that the mysterious force is still there. Now we're in the neighborhood. You can see the cameras there, the grass with the oil, a lot of background buildings, and the acting center there. This is very unique. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's a different color palette, but it looks similar, and there are gnomes in part of it.
Boys, what are you doing here? Before the doofbot catches you.
They're also wearing Doofenshmirtz clothing with the sign Doofenshmirtz, like everyone else, with Doofenshmirtz taking over the tri-state area. Lawrence losing the hook as they go to work, as you get to see the hand around their waist. And there's Baxter, the second dimension version.
I mean, these guys might not know that you're...
And Perry goes back into pet mode as Phineas tells him to, because his other duper gang will think that he's a secret agent, but they don't know yet.
Boys, and get your Doofros back on before someone sees you.
Doofros, that is what it's called when they wear clothing with Doofenshmirtz D2. I wonder if she still becomes a singer in this dimension, and what about Linda's life? Has she feels paranoid because of what happens to everything there?
And...
Doofopoly is actually a reference to Monopoly, but the lame version of it.
bloody instruction card.
I can do that.
No, they're replacing us.
And we get our first look with the second dimension version of Phineas and Ferb, as their hair is actually pretty different now compared to the first dimension of Phineas and Ferb, as they are straight, and you get to see back of the picture with Linda and Lawrence and Candace, the second dimension, who we're going to see. And look at their house, it looks so different compared to... It's similar to the Fletchers from the first dimension, but it has a different color palette and everything.
Different dimension? Is that allowed? Where have you been? It's not your Perry.
Hold them a little longer.
I like how they're both in tears as they have napkins. I like how they're not playing it in the comedy fair. It does play it throughout times in this movie, but when it plays seriously, it is what it meant, and it hits you there. And that's what the movie does a great job of it.
Never came back. Long time, and I'm really worried.
Doofenshmirtz in the second dimension turned him into a cyborg, along with the other animal agents. I kind of sympathize with him because losing animal is not easy.
The only time we're allowed to make...
And we get our first appearance of second dimension Candace, and she's in the Resistance, and we don't see her yet until we meet the Fireside Girls in the second dimension with the Resistance. I really like the panel, how the room's set up with the fire, the TV, and a lot of things with the panel on the floor.
I see nothing.
She's much less curious about what you're up to. Candace has spent her entire summer focused on what we're doing.
And he talks about Candace knowing what they're doing for their inventions, for their big ideas and stuff, but he doesn't know, as he's still oblivious about Candace trying to bust him. And Phineas is oblivious when it came to that, but that's just no.
Was outlawed a long time ago. Don't have summer?
That was because of Doofus taking over the Tri-State era, the second dimension version, which actually scrapped the whole thing. Another banging song is Summer, Where Do We Begin, which they demonstrate to the second dimension of Phineas and Ferb about summer vacation. And it's also the fifth voted for Phineas and Ferb musical countdown by Kelly Osbourne, and another of what we hint towards it. And there are some lines that used in Today's Gonna Be a Great Day and from the theme song of Phineas and Ferb, which is a coincidence. He's not using his normal voice, so I'm not going to count that. You can see kids playing the part as it transitioned to a beach as the bike rides, as you see Phineas in the balloon. They have an ice cream and cherry soda, and there's the ball pit kid again. As Ferb playing the guitar, it transitioned to where Phineas and Ferb catch a fish. This is very good for the choreography of the song. It's done well, just like it. Phineas and Ferb waving with their feet, which is similar to what I saw in my GIF keyboard. Phineas and Ferb singing the theme song, and it's such a great day. I mean, today's gonna be a great day.
Wait, maybe we're going too fast.
Maybe singing too fast is terrifying them, but they become happy after they sing the song. Oh yeah, this scene of Baljeet Buford and Isabel singing in the beginning of the episode Fly Off the Wall, which is actually the first episode of season 4, but I won't be doing it this year. And there's that summer banner, and that banner gets seen again in season 5 in Summer Starting right now in the episode called Summer Blockbuster. They know how to build a sandcastle, and if they enter the contest, they could have won. I'm really loving the background with the yellow and the color palette, which represents summer.
Do we begin?
There are so many banging songs in the second dimension. Robot Riot, Kick It Up a Notch, this song, Brand New Best Friend, Everything's Better with Perry. And also the second movie, Candace Against the Universe, Adulting, Such a Beautiful Day, Girls' Day Out, A Battle Song, and also Us Against the Universe. It's hard to decide, but these songs are just so good. It's just that I can't decide which is better.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
I like how they mention about the roller coaster being one-hit wonders in I Flop Star and Travel Through Time, It's About Time, and the Quantum Bagaloo, while different broadcast is playing.
You turn yourself in, I promise not to hurt your little friend.
If I was Perry the Platypus, I wouldn't go there, but Phineas and Ferb knowledge that he's sneaking away again, which we'll get to it. I really like how we see the picture earlier before Perry the Platypus reveals himself as agent towards Phineas and Ferb.
All bets are off.
You are kidding me. So nothing's changed.
And they know this time he is sneaking away again. Perry the Platypus knows how the way to get past it and go to fight Doofenshmirtz, but not this time because he's known as being a secret agent revealed now. Phineas and Ferb knows his movements, how he does now.
That we could have made a great team. Have teamwork without trust. We know your secret. You can just go.
I know Phineas isn't crashing out as he did before. He's just like, I'm so over this, man. To be honest, I kind of feel sorry for Perry the Platypus. He's trying to do his duty to protect them, but it's just that Phineas and Ferb is actually pretty upset about what happened earlier. It's just really heartbreaking right now. The song is playing from the back is I Walk Away, sung by Olivia Olson, as Perry is disowned by Phineas and Ferb and forced to leave in himself to turn himself in. This song just really stings, and it's really sad. This is in Perry's point of view since when we didn't get along, which is so sad. I just wish that the song was longer. It's just that it would have been one of the saddest songs in Phineas and Ferb, along with what might have been in At Your Age, but that will be another time. But this song just, even if the song is short, this song is just sad to see on Perry the Platypus. Even though it's not raining before, it's used for the song for the rain effect to make Perry the Platypus walk away, as it's becoming more sadder now, just like It's About Time when we didn't get along as Perry walks away. This scene is just breaks my heart when I was a kid. Seeing Perry the Platypus walk away like that, disowned by Phineas and Ferb, it's just hard to see. It just breaks my heart every time I see it. Seeing Perry the Platypus in the back walking away, this stings a lot.
Spell platypus without a...
Well, you can, but it would just be platyp.
You have to ruin the moment, Ferb.
With Isabella? Who's Isabella? Talking to neighbors can be dangerous.
Unless you have nice neighbors that says hi to you, it's not really dangerous, but unless they're being rude to you. As you can see, the background is out of focus while Phineas and Ferb in the second dimension are in focus.
May I please see your identification?
This used to be a big error in the promo art, as Phineas and Ferb in the second dimension had the same color palette of their skin with Phineas and Ferb, but it was fixed.
I can't stand these things.
And there's the first appearance of second dimension Buford, as he is in the Resistance, and he still had that skull in his thing, in his shirt or whatever, and he has a mohawk.
Are you part of the Resistance?
I got so good at it that I started resisting them.
No matter which version it is, Buford will be kinda different compared to it. He's always a weird one. He has the other dimension here in this dimension, so I don't know if I'm going to count, but I will do that in the final thought. But look at the aesthetic of the background of the building inside of it. Look at it. It has patterns, texture, the aesthetics of it. It looks so great. And they took out the self-destruct button, but in this dimension, Duffer need the self-destruct button to put it in. It's not his fault that it doesn't know that the fact that it would have worked in this sense. So he needs Phineas and Ferb to get to fix it.
Two boys made some modification. Wait, now I need those two boys?
If Perry the Platypus didn't walk away, and if Phineas and Ferb didn't let him go out, just imagine, then Duffer would have found a way anyway, so yeah. But again, it would have helped by the boys.
Jinx, you owe me 2 sodas.
T2 of Doofus works this piss. If he said one more time if you do that, I will put you into the doom.
Evolve a little hurting. Oh, evil.
And then we get the first scene of the Firestorm girls as they're covered in silhouette, but they don't reveal after they captured Phineas and Ferb and Phineas and Ferb the second dimension and Buford D2 as well.
You do it.
And they're the first appearance of the Firestorm girls, Holly, Ginger, Gretchen, Kate, Millie, and Addison Sweetwater. And they're all wearing different uniforms. They look like they're working in the army, which they are. And also Isabella, second dimension, looking at the Firestorm girls, and she looks such a badass. She looks like a general. And then there's a lot of things that happen with Phineas and Flynn, the second dimension version, have a crush on Isabella. Well, no, second dimension Isabella, also known as Pinky, as a secret agent.
You're Isabella?
Summer. Hot! And play. Doofenshmirtz's rise to power. Boo. He revealed to me that he was really a secret agent, sworn to battle the forces of evil, right here under the house the whole time. It meant close to destroying Pinky's entire agency. Was captured. A few remaining agents were forced to go underground, and along with a group of brave citizens became the Resistance. We're called the Firestorm Girls. The trust Pinky showed me and free him from Doofenshmirtz's prison.
And Pinky the Chihuahua was supposed to hold in prison, but it turned out that we don't see it until we get to Tales of the Resistance. Just like Perry, he's a cyborg.
Candace has 2 sets of twin brothers?
How do you get back?
Alright, girls, release them.
You can see the silhouette of the Firestorm girls as they come out. You get to see them. That is very cool detail. Very neat.
Unless we can fix this device.
Dr. Baljeet.
And there's the second dimension of Dr. Baljeet. And he's wearing the D sign of Duffer, just like everyone else. He could just wear a different uniform, but he looks cool with the jacket.
Here is the crux of your problem.
The reason why they got in is because of clockwise, as the circle flow towards here and here as you go around it, as it explains the whole thing why he got here.
Going counterclockwise. Through dimensions going clockwise.
Causing multiple transformer relays to malfunction and explode. Stomach queasy, make your stomach queasy.
And I put in the link down in the description. In the movie, they're not using real life images of this scene, but they're using traditional drawing. And Baljeet can play an accordion. Just wait until we have another one.
Clockwise, the long way around.
And that's what we're going to see in Brand New Reality when Phineas opened the remote and they go into another dimensions until they get home.
Dimensions you would have to go through.
Leader 1.
Guess who?
You're out of wild parsnip.
And we get our first fully appearance of Candace in the Resistant uniform. Look at her wearing the black bandana, her hair, equipment for the side. She's wearing the skirt. She looks so cool.
Is you're the leader of the Resistance?
All these years trying to keep my brother safe. Faces are all over the Doofin channel.
I kind of understand where Candace the second dimension gone through, but it's actually Phineas and Ferb the first dimension, not the second version.
Quantum physics.
Quantum physics means a study of matter energy with the most fundamental level, so that is what it means.
Make sure we're not raising any alarm.
Topiary.
What I like about this version of Candace that she is prepared for everything that Lucifer and the Normbus will throw at them.
I am simply trying to protect them too from their dangerous invention. Ridiculous.
Not everything could be in the mysterious force, Candace. You're just wishing things what happens here.
I think we got it.
As the remote control with a lot of wires there with the red, yellow and different type of wires so that it can power up to go to the second dimension, but they don't because they left Perry the Platypus behind and they're gonna have to go through the long way route of the dimension once they get to it.
Perry, the alternate dimension platypus.
First dimension Perry the Platypus in a mugshot? How did they capture him but get a mugshot so quickly?
Him anymore. Now go to bed.
So this scene in the act takes place in 3:30, which gives the idea which Major Monogram mentioned earlier, between 3:30 and 4.
Gotta get back to your dimension. He was just using you as a cover.
It was all an act. He's still a part of the family.
Even earlier, Phineas actually crashed out on Perry the Platypus earlier and forced him to leave, and which led him to be captured. As he even though he's been hurt by it, he still needs to rescue him no matter what because he is part of his family, and that's what family is for. Ask Van Diesel.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Back for him.
Well, then you're on your own.
Doofenshmirtz keeps his prisoner. Remember how we felt when our Perry disappeared?
And that's going to give a reason why the second dimension Candace is going to go along with the first dimension of Phineas and Ferb to find first dimension Perry the Platypus, who's captured by Lucifer, which is a good reason because they lost their version of Perry the Platypus as he's a cyborg now, which is sad.
I must be crazy. Oh, let's suit up, people.
I like how second dimension Candace is straightforward as she's willing to help first dimension Phineas and Ferb no matter what. She is very good a resistant leader right there. This is actually one of my favourite versions of her. I like the first dimension Candace. She can be a bit crazy at times, but the second dimension version is a badass, as you're going to see.
The mysterious force.
And Candace thinks that everything is a mysterious force. And look at the background of behind it. It looks like a heating generator thing. Look at the cylinders and all of that. This is very neat detail.
Fashionable. What do you mean suddenly?
Well, you dressed up as Pre-Fire. I just wish Isabella from the second dimension meet the first dimension Isabella. They would have had a lot of reference about Phineas.
You two stay here.
But we want to help.
And they don't follow orders. Following orders is overrated anyways. I wish we got to see how they got in the train charts or whatever, but it's just eating up time. But look at the train charts. It looks old with the old silhouettes around it. This looks aesthetic for the movie. Looks great.
In this dimension, Perry is a secret agent.
Dimension, he's a cyborg.
Dimension. But we're not in our dimension. Trouble processing that.
Same Candace. I like how Phineas and Ferb are recapping of what happened when they went into the second dimension and all of that, just to give Candace to catch up there.
I hadn't thrown away that pamphlet.
You should have kept it in your pocket, man, but it's nice to see you own up to it.
Ventilation shaft. The detainment center is on level 4.
And they're actually going into Doofenshmirtz's apartment, which we saw earlier, and he has it there, so they have a plan to get inside. And you can't go through brute force because you're going to get surrounded by Normbot. The best way to do it is to go underground.
I'm just gonna get some nachos.
Then there must also be a Jeremy Johnson here too.
And Candace starting to understand the second dimension now, that there are another version of Phineas and Ferb, Perry the Platypus, and Doofenshmirtz, and also there's another version of Jeremy. I like how she thinks the idea straight away. Imagine found out there was another Stacy in there. That would have been cool. There's actually a fan of Stacy of the second dimension version, and she looks sick.
Johnson, Jeremy, leads the 3-man strike team on Good Soldier.
She just thinks that Jeremy is a good soldier, which he is. We've seen that he rescues Candace once we get to that. But yeah, she thinks that Jeremy's a soldier. But in the first dimension, Candace actually loved Jeremy. We see them kiss each other, but well, hopefully second dimension Candace takes that into consideration, which she does.
Dreamy or cool or cute doesn't win the war, kid.
She knows herself she has to prioritize the mission for just like Batman.
But fun isn't really on my agenda. Little girl, I've been focused on one thing and one thing only. He's going down, down.
Fun is taken out of the agenda. We already saw the evidence that Summer's outlawed years ago, and I really like how Second Dimension Candace relates to First Dimension Candace as they discuss about each other's dimension of what their life feels like. This is a good conversation to have.
Or slumber party.
Did she mention slumber parties?
Busting my brother. My life trying to protect my little brothers. I had to grow up pretty quick around here to make sure they didn't have to.
When it comes to their brother, First Dimension Candace wants to bust them to protect them, but Second Dimension Candace has already protected them because they don't have to, because difference of the Second Dimension took over the Tri-State era. There are different things that can relate to, which is the aspect of the movie.
Protect the ones I love.
Second Dimension Phineas and Ferb is here, and also I really like how they relate to each other, as Candace knows that realizing that growing up can be very hard, and she needs to spend her time enjoying herself in her life, like busting the brothers, having a lot of things with Jeremy in the mall, a lot of things.
We're here to help.
Is as far as we go.
So much for being the resistant leader, Second Dimension Candace. You can be proactive than being reactive to situations like this.
Look, it's their fight, and you two shouldn't have gotten involved.
Candace's Second Dimension's biggest flaw is that she can be overprotective at times towards her brothers, but they can handle themselves once they rescue her and Jeremy alongside him.
I don't remember it being so tough.
Because it's a trap.
Second Dimension Duo knows how to outplay them, capture Perry the Platypus, lure them here so that they can get captured.
Harry!
I would plan something elaborate, but I guess we could have created some sort of diversion.
Yeah, we could have thought this out more.
And this is like Summer Belongs to You all over again, where Phineas is not having a breakdown in this movie, but he's like, they could have think of something, but he's realized that they're surrounded with robots, so there's no way out to get out of the situation here. And that is the end of part 1. I will be editing for part 2 after Halloween ends so I can focus on the breakdowns in the movie. Go to my social media as I'm going to keep out there and post some random clips of Phineas and Ferb and other stuff along the way. I'll do the ratings and also final thoughts in this part 2 after I'm done with the movie, as well as announcing more things. I'm also doing a breakdown with the edited version, which you can find in the Internet Archive. Shout out to him as well. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.